We're just now starting to get the momentum built back up in, and I think everybody can realize how much of a people end of the business the fixed operations is, if not probably more so than the variable operations. You know, because it's more of a people thing really than selling a car. You can't get your transmission serviced over the internet, but you can buy a car over the internet, and we're starting to figure that out. And unless we're going to get people focused on that service drive, we might as well just be prepared to accept that we're going to let our customer pay business go to some of the jobbers in the aftermarkets. And I don't know about anybody else, but it ain't going to happen at this store. The dealership previous to us that went under, the best year ever, they had $11 million in sales. We'll probably hit $30 million this year. Customer pay labor is up 40% this year, and I always like to call it customer choice because they have a lot of choices in the repair that they can get done to their car nowadays. It's up 40% this year, so why would we bring in someone to help us? Well, we know that it's going to get tougher in the next year and the next year and next year after with all the aftermarkets and the jobbers, and who knows when Pep Boys is coming up and all these different things. And we have the superstores in the U.S. which are going to be coming to Canada. And the competition is going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. So why wait till it gets tough to get ready for it? Let's be way ahead of it before it gets here.
From the dollars and cents side of it, probably is one of the more expensive training that you could ask for. From the accountability for that money, probably one of the best buys you could ever make.
If we don't change, then we're just going to lose that just like everybody else has. Windshield, glass, tires, all exhaust will be the one-stop shop. But if they come here and we're rude and we irritate them more than anybody else does, there's no sense in spending all this money on advertising and everything else. We bring them here and don't know how to handle our customers.
I wanted to compare this training to the training that we've had in the past, and all of us have spent a lot of money on that type of thing. The most gratifying thing is to see the change in the staff immediately, a positive change.
Well, from being in Ford Parts for 20 years, I've been in a lot of different training seminars, and this is probably one of the best seminars I've ever been to.
The training will increase profit in fixed operations due to the fact that we've got parts and service actually work. What we know now what effect having special order parts sitting for weeks on the back shelf. The results of it's the best training that they've ever. I've had that from all of them. It's the best training they've ever had. All the service advisors have said that.
So the service customer attitude has changed. The department attitude has changed. It's a much more relaxed atmosphere. There's less conflict at the counter.
To work together as a team to solve the problems and sort of thing. And everybody knew what the next person felt. And instead of having different discussions around the shop or whatever amongst a couple people, instead of everybody getting involved. The meetings have definitely smoothed the communication between the technical staff and advisors and management and everything else.
One of the things that all of us struggle with for the most part is what's called a team. And we have a lot of space-age ways of trying to get to that, but the bottom line on it is that while you open people's minds to think clearly, you also get them to in that process to care. And if they care, then they seem to work together a lot better, and then the barriers that you have between management and staff has a better chance of disappearing. And I know in our case, in a very short while, that was gone. I have to be frank, I expected a lot from the program when we got it, but I got a lot more than I expected.
In conjunction with our own efforts, just a freewheeling effort to make it better for the customer has decreased the number of complaints and increased the number of compliments, whereby before, even if a customer was satisfied, they wouldn't necessarily compliment us, but now we're getting compliments. We're getting that upper echelon of people saying, you did excellent work, you had excellent service, and I'm overjoyed.
What we found now, though, is with this new program in place, that the concerns are being resolved, and that I can call up the customer and I know that they're once again going to be receptive to me because we have this follow-up program in place, and we know that 100% of the customers who have a concern are having their concern resolved.
We've had a steady increase. We've broken our all-time sales records a couple of times, but this whole program has shifted the focus, and as a result, it's turning into a very profitable situation.
Since we were at the course, it's amazing, only a few weeks afterwards, the results are starting to show up all over the dealership. Some of the things that were discussed in the meetings we implicated right away. People are happier. We seem to be doing our job a lot better. Hopefully it's reflecting in their customers, because our customers seem to be much happier when they're dealing with us, and I think it was a great experience.
When you get into this program and in a very short time after it starts, you'll find that your managers will become automatically stronger and will show stronger leadership. There is no place else for them to go with it. if you support it as a dealer and the staff want to do it, everybody's on the same team.